Was Ashanti ever going to be a baby mama? Not in Nelly's eyes.
Single Jeannie Mai says that the streets aren't for her anymore.
And I'm here to give my take on all this side dish conversation.
Welcome to Side Dish. All right, we got to get that long hair pick fixed.
It's like picture roulette. You never know from day to day which version it's going to be.
I like it.
Yeah, thanks, kiddo.
Yeah, I sent the new picture, but it was heavily CGI influenced. They didn't like that. Anyway, well, here's Side Dish. We're more than an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We're the whole meal. Hope you're hungry.
Get hungry, folks. And joining us again tonight, she's an internet personality, podcaster, and speaker. You probably recognize her from her time as one of the panelists on tonight's conversation. Welcome back, Keita Rose.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Glad to be here with you guys.
Glad to have you back in the building, yo.
All right.
The Soto Zone.
All right. Not the Soto Zone.
A lot of people don't rep the Soto hard. It's usually
Dallas.
It's usually
Dallas?
Oak Cliff, or they be like Dallas specifically.
Oak
No one
Cliff.
claims
Sometimes people say DFW. They just round it all
Let's
together.
do that. Let's just say DFW zone.
We'll loop you in.
Let's just do the whole thing.
They do that in Atlanta too. Like, if people don't really be living in Atlanta. Yeah, I stay in Atlanta. It's like, no, you're in Douglasville.
Right. I'm not a native.
Way OTP.
Right.
Yeah, outside the circle, all right? Well, it's time to dive into a little bit of Feed Me. The weather's getting warmer, so that means vacation time. And of course, nothing is better than a room with some sort of water, right?
Yeah.
Well, see what happens when these tourists arrived at their room with a sea view.
Ooh.
Okay.
Что такое? Смотри. В смысле? А ты что, номер
Yo, hold up.
что ли, получается?
Is that a painting?
That's a screen.
Ну-ка,
No, it
смотри.
isn't.
What is this?
She looks
Ну-ка,
scared.
даже... Спроси у нее на английском.
What is it?
Did you want to see?
Что?
See.
Sea view wallpaper? Wow.
But to be fair, it was really nice wallpaper.
It did
Was
look
it
good.
not?
It
It did look good.
Like, imagine if it was somebody whose vision just started to go bad, or
Right.
maybe an elderly citizen with glaucoma. They wouldn't have known the difference.
Absolutely.
Beachfront, ocean view.
Yeah.
I mean, are they lying?
It was.
Are they lying?
Did you not see the ocean?
Yeah.
I saw the ocean.
It's like we've got, what do we have? We've got
Yeah, Hollywood.
we got Hollywood back here. We got the Space Needle.
Yeah.
Like a view of the world, actually.
We have the Eiffel Tower.
Right. It's almost like we there. I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the
Paris
ambiance.
view.
You got to create it.
here.
And with the technology, especially with the screens and stuff like that, they could have really jazzed that up. Because I hate when I go to a place and I
Yeah.
read it based off the pictures.
Right.
And you get there and it's like, yo, this room is way smaller.
Yeah.
They shot this with a fisheye lens. 5 people can't fit in here.
But let's be real though. What they're charging, you'd be pissed. You'd be pissed. Come on, it's nice, but no.
Also, what was that Asian lady gonna do?
Karate. Assumably.
Maybe.
That's terrible.
Maybe.
That's terrible.
No, they teach
Maybe.
martial arts over
They
there in a lot of
do.
those schools.
They do.
Yeah.
They will line up and battle. Okay, moving along before we get in trouble. Nelly stopped by the Bootleg Kev podcast, and he talked about his reunion with Ashanti and what made him want to marry her. Check this out.
Well, once we found out that she was pregnant, it was just like, I didn't want this to be I don't want to say like
a child out of wedlock.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys were probably already planning,
Well, we hadn't talked about it
Right.
yet. We
Okay.
hadn't talked about any of that yet. I hadn't, but I was like, yo, you know what? Let's just knock this out because we're going to be doing so much and everything's moving so fast. And I didn't want to, I didn't want her to be, a baby mama.
I respect that.
Like, because we already knew where we were in life, and if we're back like this must be what this is supposed to be.
I love it too because sometimes people's timing is off, whether it's points in your life.
Yo.
Doesn't mean it's the wrong person, but maybe it's the wrong
time.
timing.
Exactly,
Right? So once
exactly.
you go through whatever you go through, whatever she goes through, you guys evolve, but you guys know each other
Yo.
and love each other.
Well, any relationship, man, I base any relationship on, does this person bring more good to your life than bad?
Yeah.
Any relationship. It could be your relationship with your parents, your kids,
For sure.
your
A homie, whatever, yeah.
Anything. Does this person bring more good to your life than bad? And if they do, then great. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then, but if they don't, then you know that you might need to remove this person from being able to be get some of your time.
Bootleg Kev tried to save him too. He's like, yeah, sometimes because because Nelly has other baby mamas.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He didn't want to completely set him up to throw the other lady away because imagine how you feel if you're the other baby mom. Is like, well, what about me? I'm a whole baby mama.
Mind you, she came out. I thought his ex, right, and was like, she tried to give him some space, but then he showed up with Ashanti and popped out with a new boo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
you
she's like,
remember
I'm going to
that?
give him some space. That was exactly the conversation.
Yeah.
That's why you don't give people space.
Yeah, not too much.
Have you ever gave somebody space or have been given space?
No, I've never been given space. I've given space.
You've gifted the
I've
space?
gifted the space. Yes, but once I gift you the space, I don't expect it to spin the block.
All the space.
Yeah, stay away from me, basically. Yeah.
That's what I always say. When people say they need some time and it's over. It's over. 9 times out of 10, you're never coming back to that situation.
Yeah.
Like a space is this gives you it's like an intermission in the show. You either gonna come back because you're enjoying the show or you gonna leave.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people keep going.
But what do you think about the whole would this be called a shotgun wedding? Because
I think technically for the term.
Yeah, because they didn't know that they were gonna have a baby. They got pregnant, and then he didn't want her to be a baby mama, so he's like, let's just get married. Is that a good gesture? Or is that?
I don't think it's a bad gesture.
Right.
So is it default good? I'm not sure, but I like the idea. I don't know. It's one of those things neither one of them are young. They're not like kids.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
And so they're both established in their careers. They've both lived enough life,
Yeah, okay.
Do you think Nelly went like that night, where he made the baby?
What you mean?
That's the sound he makes at the beginning. A little bit of.
It was hot in there for sure. Yeah, it was hot. It was hot in there for sure.
But I like this couple together. Every now and then you see somebody together where you're like, I hope they go the distance, and I hope they go the distance.
I hope they go the distance too.
Every time he's talked about it, and every time we've seen the two of them together, they've looked very happy. And to me, that's the telltale.
Oh, no, it shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be?
No, looking happy.
Well, they seem happy.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't want to be a negative Nelly. Okay, Did you like?
You did that.
Yeah.
Yo, man, and the thing is, when you think about how much time there was between the first time they were together and now, they really it was what Jennifer Lopez's thing should have been with Ben.
They tried. They
really
so
tried.
hard.
But see, Ben didn't look happy.
He didn't, did he?
He looked so miserable.
That man looked angry every single time you saw him.
And he aged a little bit, like when people become president.
Yeah, like Obama did.
He went gray real quick.
Stressed out, man. Yeah. We'll switch gears. Jeannie Mai stopped by Sis Sherry show, and she let it be known that she is not trying to be out in these streets since her marriage to Jeezy has ended. Take a look.
Regardless if I do end up with somebody or not, I'm so happy that I have me.
One of the other things is, being a single mom, because you hold your child's heart in your hands, is dating again.
Girl, the streets scare me. I don't want, could we just bring back spending time by yourself, journaling?
Yes,
sitting
you can
at
do
home
that.
in your grandma panties and just not caring that
You
nobody
can do
gets to
all
tell you
of
what
that.
to do. I love right now.
Yes.
Honestly, I think my whole life we've kind of, as women, have been prepared to how are you gonna talk to your new boyfriend? How are you gonna get that first kiss?
Right.
Who are you gonna marry? Who are you gonna date when you get divorced? How are you gonna get back out in these streets? I don't wanna be in the streets. I don't want the streets don't want me. I wanna be by myself.
Okay.
I am paid for fully. Right. I am under warranty. I can eat my own French fries at that table. I don't have to share with anybody. I can go to bed when I want to. I can sit there and scroll aimlessly as long as I need.
I like how she's dressed like a jewel thief.
That
she
was what I'm
was
saying.
cute.
What's she doing? Was she telling you to not pass go to collect $200? You know what I'm saying?
She did put that gate down, that metal gate that lets you know the store is closed.
Right.
Well, maybe, because she said she doesn't want to entice nobody. She kind of wants you to stay the hell away from her so she could scroll and eat French fries by her damn self.
She like French fries.
Yeah.
Sit in her granny panties.
That threw me off.
Whatever floats your boat. I'm happy for you. She says she's paid for it, so she's all right.
But what did that mean, though? Did
she save up enough where she's just like
everything's good for her?
I have no idea because she was married to that fellow she was with before Young Jeezy.
Right,
so
right.
I don't know if she's getting if she got alimony from that and stashed it. I don't know what she got out of the thing with Young Jeezy. So technically, after 2 successful divorces with some people doing pretty well.
Yo, successful divorces.
Crazy.
When you divorce 2 successful people, like that's a successful divorce. Like it's like when if an agent has 10 clients, if they're getting 10% off, but you got 100% of a salary, you don't need to do no work.
Take him to class. Take him to class, Headkrack.
So if you got half twice,
then you got a hole.
You a hole.
But see, I didn't like. I just feel like she's in that. She's going through the divorce. She's going through her public humiliation because it was kind of humiliating, right?
Yeah.
And now she's like, well, why can't I just be single? Why are everybody's being pushed to be in relationships and different things like that? And it's like you only feel that way because you're going through that right now.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a couple years ago where you were like, be married, be a man, be a man's wife. And it's just funny how the tables turn. That's all.
Yeah.
The other thing too is the setting. It's like I want to see her show up over on Club Shay Shay and say the same thing.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's on Sherry's show. We love Sherry.
Yeah.
We love Sherry very much. But a lot of daytime television is oriented towards women.
Yes.
Women's empowerment. It's just like I don't need no man era. Like that like
Clock
works
it.
really well in those settings. People are gonna applaud for you and say you're great and yes, I do want to eat those French fries.
By my damn self with my granny panties.
Yeah.
Paid for. Okay.
So out of all the colors on the color wheel that you could possibly end up with next, if you was to make a guess,
Why are you doing this?
And we're gonna put this in there like a time capsule.
Why are you doing
because
this?
there was one point in time with Jeannie Mai, and like this tells me that she is indecisive. And here's the thing: you could date whoever you want to date because love is love. But she said, she's like the dark meat was more like the side dish or something like that.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
You clocked that
We
tea.
would never. We all heard it.
You clocked that
Yeah.
tea, right?
Yeah. And then we became an entree for a season.
Oh, for a season.
For a season.
Now
So
she's by herself.
you think she's gonna go Dominican?
I think she's gonna go Asian.
Okay.
Really?
I think she's gonna go back home.
Back to her roots.
Do you know what type of Asian she is?
No, I don't. Is it Vietnam?
Don't look at me.
I don't want you to string me along in your shenanigans at all.
The voice in my ear said that she's Vietnamese with a lot of confidence.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna. What do you guys? Maybe Middle Eastern.
Vietnamese might work. I've never seen a Middle Eastern person and a Vietnamese person.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh no, me neither. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
maybe Hispanic.
Yeah.
I can see that.
The
I can
rice,
see that.
the rice kebab.
Gonna have to have more kids though. That ain't enough.
Be ready. Prepare that uterus.
I bet. Here's the thing, though, is like I bet my gut just tells me that there might secretly be somebody that she's talking to.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, she said, I think I read somewhere where she said she has friends to handle that little tingle.
Oh,
that's what she said.
the tingle.
Yeah, so she's not, just because you're single doesn't mean you're lonely.
Right.
Right, I'm alone, but I'm not lonely, baby.
Okay, there's a difference.
There's a difference.
Read between the lines, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
What you got?
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant chatted with Jason Lee on his show, and she shared that she's been dating for a year, but she is not giving up her cookies. What? Okay, check it out.
This is my thing. Why would a woman allow someone to penetrate their body, but I can't penetrate full access and transparency to you?
Dr. Bryant, Dr. Cheyenne from LA, they are going to drag you for filth.
I want to be penetrated.
I like how he warned her.
Yeah.
So what? Run it back again, because she's not dating. She's dating for a
She
year.
is dating, but she cannot penetrate. I think it's like not the peg penetrate, but the idea of like penetrating your emotional safety or your emotional barrier.
Okay.
Is that what she's talking about?
I don't know. I think she meant like, because I read the comments, and
Okay.
I think she
What
was
were they
talking.
talking about?
They were talking about like she wanted full transparency. Like, let me see your phone. Let me get into your life. Like, don't penetrate my body, something so precious to me, and I don't know every single thing about you. So let me have that password. Let me have that password to your email. Let me see your My Chart.
Yeah.
The My Chart?
I want to see it
That
all.
is a
I mean, that's-
forensic level of diving
trying to look at my 23 and me.
But my thing is, so that's personal to you, right?
Right.
Right. But so is a woman's body, right?
I think it has to be an even exchange. If I'm gonna show you my chart, you have to show me your low chart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
is that the trade-off?
that's the
But also,
trade-off.
here's
like
the other
that.
thing is I also don't think she's out of line at all, because she was talking about seeing somebody for a year.
Yeah, a year.
Like what are we doing at a year? You know?
But the thing is, like, there has to have been some things that happened prior to what she's talking about now that has put her in this defensive space that she's in.
Well, she did say, she has, I know her, and, she's spoken openly about the fact that she's had several engagements and different things and been, caught up with womanizers and cheaters. So maybe she does have that extra level of like, I'm not going to let you touch me until I know every single thing about you.
Okay.
So, I mean, is that a fair exchange? Like, I will give you my low chart, but I do need the email, the password to your email,
Based
phone.
on what you just told me, yeah, it makes sense. Like, that's why people, I mean, everybody's stance on things only gets conjured up because of the things that got them to where they are in
And
life.
that's true. That's really true, though.
I'm just trying to think, what are the pieces of my information that make for a fair exchange? Like, what is the dossier that I need to hand over and be like, now, what you think?
Yeah, like if you could put value for value.
Yeah,
Like,
right. It's like, you want my email, my Gmail, my IG DMs? Here, have them.
You want my words with friends?
Yeah, what are we talking about here?
Messing me
'Cause you can
up,
chat
guys.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not scared of it though. Like the times that and that's also because I'm not messy. So it's like I don't have a problem if a girl like wants to see my phone or wants to see my messages. That's never been a thing that's been an issue.
But I mean, like, if I want to, I get that because you're not like a cheater, right? You're
Right.
like a faithful guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, can I see the group chat with you and your homeboys?
Okay,
Just like,
now
come
hold
on,
on a
like, you know what I'm
second.
saying?
Hold on.
Like,
Because the language in there is not language that I would use in front of you.
but I want to see it because I want to know the real you.
Okay, I would let you.
And
see
the crazy
group
thing
chat.
is, like, that's not a fair exchange on the flip side because, like, yo, the stuff that women be talking about in their group chat
I don't want
is
you, and it's not a fair exchange for what y'all got work. It's not a fair exchange.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you have a group chat with women where you
Of
talk
course.
recklessly about dudes?
And I wouldn't exchange the password for sex at all.
I also feel like most women's DMs are much more full than most men's DMs.
Well, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, most men are in the women's DMs,
Okay,
married and
It's a
in a
thing.
relationship and all that.
But I wonder how she would feel if the shoe was on the other foot. If there was a guy that she was dating that liked her a whole lot, and she liked this guy, and she's like, "Yo, I'm not giving you no, street meat unless I see this, that, and the third."
Yeah.
Like if the gun was turned around in the other direction,
Yeah.
would that same energy be kept?
No, probably not. But I kind of want to touch on the fact that she said she wasn't giving up the cookies. Does she mean not to him? Because I'll give it out to other people, but maybe just not to you because I really like you.
See, now that's
I really
a whole
like
messed
you.
up. That's why we can't. That's a real messy situation. Yeah.
And one of our producers, Bianca, said she dated a guy for a year and he gave her all the access without her giving it up. So
Okay.
I would have felt cheated in that situation.
Yeah, if you were the next guy.
Because your personal space is your personal space.
It is.
I have 7 siblings, but I operate as an only child.
The other thing too, though, is we allow people who we are more attracted to get away with worse behavior.
It's true.
And so it's
true.
right? And so if there's some guy that she is giving it up to, but she's potentially more interested in this guy seriously over here, she's doing this man a disservice.
Yes.
Let's be real.
That's true. I can see that.
To everybody in the chat, what do you feel like is a fair exchange?
Yeah.
In a new relationship,
Yeah.
maybe you've been vetting this thing for about a year or whatnot. What's a fair exchange of whether it be information, I guess maybe, whether it's access to the email, text,
Well,
bank
for my
statements?
street,
You wanna see
for
my
my
blood
street
work?
meet, all I need is the bank account information.
Oh,
That's it. I just
okay.
need to know
All
what your
right.
bank account information is. That's all I
interesting.
need.
Okay,
Okay.
2024 could have been a good year. 2025 could have been a dismal
Yeah,
one.
Well, then the price has changed.
Okay, so
Yesterday's price isn't today's price.
so at this price, you get option to these doors.
Yeah.
And then if the money is good, then you get full
Yeah,
rental.
I don't want to play
into
with
a
y'all no more.
recession, all right?
I don't want to play no more.
Well, listen, man, after the break, man, we got so much more to talk about. Maybe some of your comments will pop up on the screen, too, man. We'll see y'all in 2 minutes. Welcome back, man. We are still hanging out here with our homegirl, Keita Rose, and we got to know a lot about you last night.
Yeah.
But can you tell us about your podcast,
Yes.
Unmedicated and Educated with Keita Rose?
Well, okay, so, I started this podcast because I wanted to talk to, like, zany people that when you see them, you might be like, you got some problems, right?
Okay.
Because I got some problems. Like, we all have, issues, but I think that we don't talk about mental health enough. We don't talk about mental health a lot. It's still a stigma around it. And so I really wanted to, like, deep dive, dissect, and diagnose, and that's what we do.
Deep dive, dissect, and diagnose.
Sometimes we diagnose, even though I'm not a real doctor. I can tell you what's wrong with you. Okay, because there's a lot wrong with me.
Right,
and
sure.
so, problems recognize, mental illness recognizes mental illness.
The devil knows his own.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
So that's what the pod's about.
We got it. So for some people who may not know, you no longer work with tonight's conversation.
Right.
Can you give viewers, and I know this is probably hard, can you give viewers like a 90-second recap of how this happened?
I can definitely try.
Okay.
So when I started out with tonight's conversation, I call the owner of it Mojo Jojo, right?
Mojo Jojo?
Yeah, for other reasons. But it started off a pod where we talked about relationships. We all gave our perspectives, and it was something that we were growing together and really building. I thought that I had that's a funny picture. I thought that I had like a stake in the game, right? So I was giving my ideas. I was working really hard because I thought that we were growing something beautiful, and it did. It's one of the top podcasts in the relationship field. But then slowly I realized that it wasn't going to be like a long journey for me. He was planning
A coup?
Yeah, throw me away there. And so we got into it. I crashed out a little bit. And now I'm ready to start my healing journey.
There we go.
That's what I'm ready to do now. I'm ready to move on. But, it's just the sort of thing, like, let's say you start something with your friends, like maybe a rock band, and it's getting real big. And now, you were once a really important part of it. And
that's what happens when things start to get big.
That's all.
Eyes and attention start to flow that way.
Money rolls in. Money came in. Money came in
Money
fast.
came in.
Yeah.
Those egos start to...
Yeah, and that's why I call it Mojo Jojo, because you see you did that. Well, so if you know the Powerpuff Girls, then you know that the Mojo Jojo under his hat was this big ass brain, but instead it's like his ego. So
okay, I didn't even connect that to Powerpuff Girls. You're smart. The glasses aren't for display purposes only.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. I got a little something. So that's what happened. People.
There's nothing wrong with
they break up.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with removing yourself from a situation that no longer serves you.
That's it.
And there's a lot of times people will sit in something and suffer and just try like, I'm gonna patch up the ship.
And I did for 4 years.
Yeah.
So I did, and I seen, and that's the whole point. I don't know if you guys saw my series on it, but it was called Who the F Did I Work For, right? Because I was patching it up, and I was like, this isn't gonna be so bad, because I really believed in it. But then when you no longer can, when the Scotch tape doesn't work anymore and it all crashes, what do? Go
on the shore and watch everyone drown.
That's right. That's right. Paddles ashore.
So what you got cooking up next?
Well, I'm still working on Unmedicated and Educated, and I got some other shows brewing because I'm like a really, really funny person, and I want to bring like authenticity, comedy back. You know what I'm saying? I think things are too serious now. Everybody wants to be a guru. Everybody wants to tell you what you're doing wrong. But my thing is, like, are you really living like that?
Right.
Do you really mean what you say? Can you practice what you preach? If you can't, why are you preaching it? Let's just go back to comedy, authenticity, where you go on the internet and have some fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like how people, some people go out there and fail on purpose and be like, hey, listen, man, I did this thing and I was terrible at it. There was one video I watched of yours where, like, you had something on your shirt. Most people would have scrubbed that whole video and started from the beginning. The fact that you could be your unapologetic, authentic self, take me as I am world.
Or don't take me at all.
Yeah, that's dope.
Very simple.
That's dope.
We got it. We try to have fun. We try to have that fun attitude here on Side Dish.
I like it here. It's very, I feel loose. Not too loose. not
that loose.
Not that loose.
I'm gonna need to see your My chart.
All right. Don't do that.
Okay, all right, moving along. Essence Adkins stopped by the Effective Immediately radio show, and she wanted the people to know that she doesn't like when y'all say she dated this Wayne's brother. Check it out.
I don't like when people say me and Marlon dated. Never happened.
Yeah.
Never happened. One of the reasons that I get so upset about it is because it undermines the fact that we are such good friends, and he has warred for me. He has championed me. He has advocated for me just based on GP, just based on love, brother sister love, and it does exist and it can exist. Everybody who's single and attractive does not have to sleep together, and the more that you realize that, and the reason again that I get upset about undermining what the true history between he and I is because I feel like it doesn't encourage people to have wisdom. Like, if I had been reckless enough, I mean, the man is very handsome and very talented and is an incredible human being, but I also know he's not my person.
Oh, very nice.
Interesting.
I understand her. I get it. I really do. It's like, you know, why can't we just be professional? Yes, we have good chemistry, but I don't want to, just because we have good chemistry and we like each other and we do good work, I don't want people to think that I slept with you or that we're dating. Why?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Well, and you see it all the time. Somebody's watching something at home and it'll be a show, whether it be a talk show or even like a series, like a Grey's Anatomy or whatever. You'll see it all the time where it's like two actors will work in a movie and suddenly the rumor's like, oh, they're hooking up and they're together. And it's like, no, you can be professionals and have a great friendship with someone and you know, not need to see their my charts.
I think sometimes
Tanner with this my chart, bro.
It's a thing.
It is a thing.
But then sometimes, like, I think when people see people together, their imaginations run wild. They're like, oh, this would be a good-looking couple. Let's make that a thing.
But say that then. Say like y'all would look cute together rather than like running this. Because in Hollywood, you already know. Like that looks like she just had his baby.
That's a boot up pose.
Yeah.
That is a boot up pose.
But like, is he a touchy-feely guy? Maybe he's a touchy-feely guy.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
That's like ass neck almost.
He
was touching.
It did look pretty, you know, but I see where she's coming from. You know, can men and women be friends? Just platonically.
But just know, every man that's a friend.
I didn't mean to make that face. I just made the face. Like, yes.
You don't have any girlfriends? Like, friends that are girls?
I do. I certainly do.
Do you want to sleep with them?
Okay.
Have you slept with them?
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Hold on just a second.
Come on, dish it.
No, dish it. No, it's like I do think men and women can be friends, but I also think that the more physically attracted you are to someone, the more complicated it can get.
Okay.
That's fair,
That's
right?
fair.
Especially if you have a lot of chemistry with a given human being. Like you really pop and snap, you know, in a setting like this, you're really funny together, the chemistry lines up, everyone's laughing, and then you go out and you have lunch and you have that same sort of chemistry and it's just the two of you. Like things can get a little blurry.
That's true.
You know?
I feel like every guy that is friends with a girl hopes that they one day get whistled for and called into the game.
It's tricky because like there are like without a doubt I've been we're really going there. There've been plenty of I've had many wonderful amazing female friends that it has always been strictly platonic from like beginning to end. But then I've also had female friends that I was like very attracted to and at certain points in time I was like, is this a thing? And then you find out no, it's probably not a thing. And that's fine. That's totally fine and fair, I think.
That's good. I've definitely, I've friend zoned a lot of people. I can't even hold you. But when I did have a platonic friend that I really believed he was my friend, I realized that, you know, he was playing the long game because he was hoping that I would call him in. And so I don't feel like he was my real friend. I felt really betrayed after that.
That's sad.
I wouldn't look at it like that. I don't think it's ever a situation where people are necessarily playing the long game. But hey, if you are available for that activity, I think most guys wouldn't turn it down. Especially if
but
they were friends.
But it's gonna ruin everything.
It can, and that's why you gotta have the wherewithal within yourself to be like, yo, I value the friendship too much. Or sometimes people let the lust, or sometimes alcohol get the best of them. And next thing you know, you're doing a dance off.
That's true.
What's the word when you're like you're playing games with another person? That's what like the long game is. If someone's just running the long game on you, they're not actually being your friend.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about somebody who like is genuinely your friend and seen you through many seasons of life.
But would, you know,
but if
your Chipotle bowl if he had.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying.
Give you the carne asada. You know
you know what I mean.
I like your style, yo. Guac it up. Crystal Stewart stopped by the Kelly Clarkson show, and she talked about the time Tyler Perry invited her and some others to Italy. Well, she made it, but her luggage didn't. But it was cool because TP saved the day. Check it out.
Get there finally. My luggage doesn't show up. Oh. We're there. There we go. Good job. For a week. I'm there for a week and I have nothing. Zero. So at some point I was just exhausted. I'm in the car and I just start crying. Right? My mom was like, if you don't stop crying, I'm gonna come take that trip for you.
Yeah.
But I just was exhausted. Right? And so get there, he's like, Crystal, don't worry about it. I know you had a hard time getting here. Here is my black card.
Which I'm like, what a man, what a man. Not a good man. I'm like, I have never. I'm always buying. Like, in my whole damn life, I'm the one handing the card. Ain't nobody ever handed me no damn card.
Tyler Perry's black card. Like, come on. So he was like, look, go get the things that you need. And I'm like, that is so nice. I need, undergarments. I need pajamas. I need clothes. But I went to the Rolex store.
I'm about to say, I need a new resident.
You violated.
There we go. The Rolex store. I had Tyler Perry's black card. Where would you go?
Where would you go if you had Tyler Perry's black card?
I would do exactly what I said I needed the card for, because the thing is, you don't want to burn that bridge and that opportunity.
He wouldn't notice. He
might not. Okay.
$100,000 real quick, he wouldn't notice.
He writes 98% of the scripts just because he wants to make sure he knows what's going. He gonna notice.
Here's the thing about the black card, though, is like the black card has no limit. They're not making a phone call to double check.
Exactly. I could goosebumps.
It's right? Tyler Perry. Like, who knows? Do you know how much money you have to spend on a card to get a black card? You got to spend like millions a year on a credit card.
I'm saying he would. She said pajamas. She said underwear. I'm talking. I need a new residence. I would have been shaking, crying, saying some shit, some stuff blew up back home, and I needed to.
I would have bought the best underwear that money could buy, and the best like track suits, the whole kit.
You're an honest guy. That's honest.
I am, because here's the thing: the karma boomerang always come back.
Okay.
There's a reason why I don't have my camera right now.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Though.
I read a play a couple weeks ago, and I got away clean, and then like.
But what if she had like 4 Rolexes in the luggage?
Wait, hold on a second. I want to circle back to a detail at the beginning. I believe HK from your read. Did Tyler Perry not fly her out to Italy in the first place?
Yeah.
Did he not invite her, like, put a whole trip to Italy? Like, somebody sure as hell wasn't gonna notice.
I guess when you got Tyler Perry money, you're not gonna notice a Rolex missing. But if you see a Rolex on a wrist of a person that didn't have a Rolex 2 days ago and just needed your card,
it was in my luggage. You don't know what was in my luggage.
You can get a Fitbit for 4 days.
I always pack $100,000. I don't know if you guys do it because I'm a woman. I always pack $100,000. So if my luggage is gone, I need to replenish this.
Okay.
Oh, that was in your luggage, yeah. Here's the other thing: is like stories like this normalize men with infinite pockets. And there's not a lot of them out there.
No, there isn't.
Definitely not one right here.
I'm more of a Kelly Clarkson. When she says she's always giving the card, it would be nice to get it for once. Okay, let's move on. Kylie Kelsey had our forever First Lady Michelle Obama on her podcast, and the two talked about being taller and how short women need to leave the tall men for the tall women. Let's check it out.
Oh, and I'm not gonna lie. Doesn't it irritate you when the wee people take the tall guys?
Do you know the number of conversations? My sister's 5'9", I'm 5'11". When we were in high school, we would always complain about, well, this girl's like 5 feet tall and she's dating a guy who's 6'5". You can't save that for us. And my mom would always be like, hello, excuse me.
See, I don't know. I would have some issues with your mom. I'd be like,
we gave it to her. Let me tell you, she did not come out unscathed. But she would always stand up for herself. And it's, you know what? To be fair,
her little self, she'd stand on her toes.
That's it.
She'd look up and say, "Hey."
That's it. Now,
Interesting.
I like seeing short men with tall women.
Really?
I like seeing it.
So you can laugh you're talking about the whole reverse. You're talking about short men with tall women.
Yeah. I like to see that, not so I can laugh, because it's like, to me, it means that man has confidence.
Okay.
Like he sees that tree and he's gonna climb it.
Listen, I've climbed a couple trees and it's a special feeling.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well,
like you're defying the laws of nature.
King of the world.
Yeah, people look at you and they're like, wow.
But what's the tallest girl you've dated?
Oh, I've dated 2 women over 6 feet tall, for sure. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it was great.
Did they play ball?
Yeah.
Or did they play ball?
No, one of them, both models.
Oh, wow.
Don't worry.
Tanner models.
Part-time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like I was messing with a chick, like in his weird. You know how you say people in your phone under weird names?
What did you do? Street meat?
I named her in a 6 foot other name, but just because she was 6 feet, And I don't even remember. I don't even want to say the name just in case you.
I hope you know.
Yeah, but.
Oh, you're saying like 6 foot Brittany.
Like 6 foot Judy?
Right. No. Yeah, but like I wrote their ethnicity. But
okay. All right.
It's
but
ridiculous.
The thing is, if you have the confidence to pull that tall person, great.
Yeah.
But I don't like when tall people shame way shorter people.
Okay, that's fair.
And I'm like a cruiserweight height.
Well, what's your height?
I'm 5'10".
You're 5'10"?
I'm not tiny. I'm like a default character height. If you play a video game and make a guy, I'm the height you start at.
Headkrack.
Yeah.
What's your height?
5'10". I'm 5'10". On my driver's license, 5'10", my whole life.
First off, I'm just like, I believe him. Why are you?
I'm also Vietnamese. It says
I was
it in my.
sitting
It
when
says
you
it on
walked
mine.
out here.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think maybe 5'8.5".
No, not at all. Let me elongate my
I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding, y'all. You know, I like
I'm
to
about
joke
to crawl out from my cave.
I like to joke with
in
men
the
about their
mines.
height because you guys get kind of sensitive about it. You know, it's kind of like women with their weight.
Okay, fair enough.
Just joshing.
Well, we're going to take a 2-minute break and measure ourselves. But when we come back, man, what happens when a pilot forgets his passport, but the plane is already in the air? We're going to tell you about that in 5'10". Welcome back. Hey. Now, imagine being on a flight and you excited to travel to Shanghai. And the pilot forgot his passport. Oh. Well, this is exactly what happened to the 257 passengers and 13 crew members aboard a United Airlines flight.
Oh my gosh. All right, so the Shanghai-bound flight left LAX, that's Los Angeles, at 2 p.m. on March 22nd, but had to bust a U-ey 2 hours into the flight after the pilot realized he left his passport at home. They landed in San Francisco, where another crew took over, and passengers finally pulled up in Shanghai 6 hours behind schedule.
Oh my God. For the inconvenience, one of the passengers said he was given 2 meal vouchers totaling $30.
That's not enough.
$30.
$30 for 6 hours?
I'm flipping everything over.
Because you know people got plans as soon as the plane touched down, and you kind of messing with my whole vacation. Like, what if I only had, I don't know, 48 hours to be in Shanghai, now I got 42.
Facts, exactly.
Also, how do you, first off, I never even thought about pilots having passports, but now I guess it just makes sense.
I mean, you know they have it, but why do I need it? Like, I'm flying the plane. You should just trust that I could be in the country.
Yeah. I mean, China a little weird.
Yeah, I mean,
they a little tight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I understand that component of it, but they need to ease up. Like, this hat and the fact that I just jumped off out of the cockpit, no, that should be enough to let you know that I fly the plane.
Listen.
These little stars, this little plane pin, I got my name name right here.
You need me to bust the plane in reverse just to show you
I hate that though, because if you know, like, traveling is so exhausting. So the fact that we were already 2 hours in and now you're gonna turn around, and I'm not gonna lie, when it said United, I was like, yep, makes sense.
Do you think he came around? He was like, attention everybody, I have some really bad news. Do you think he told them?
Nope. I think he just did it.
He's like, we have a mechanical issue. We're gonna reroute the flight, and then never said a word.
Yeah, something like that.
I would keep it a secret. I'd be like, well, running out of gas.
Yeah.
And the co-pilot's like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
because the passengers get angry.
Yes.
And when, you know, $30 meal vouchers?
Yeah.
Is it plain food?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's slapping. Depends what airline you fly.
No, man.
Oh, I
Come
don't
on.
know.
Plain food?
I've always liked plain food.
Headkrack.
Just hungry on
Specifically
planes?
on Delta.
Okay, Delta plane food.
I mean, Delta.
Delta ain't playing around.
I mean, Delta.
Like, at all. I don't know what they give you on United. I ain't flown them on purpose in a long
I
time.
have, and it's not. It's dog food.
Ooh, brother, ooh.
All right, moving on. Oh man, my favorite villain is back. The glam shot sorority girl strikes again. One of my cousins, Lily Stewart, a 20-year-old University of Georgia sophomore, just racked up her second arrest this month, and of course, she's got the Model S mugshot to prove it again.
Yep, she was first arrested on March 8th, where she was pulled over twice for speeding, and then on March 23rd, she was arrested for loitering, prowling, and obstructing a law enforcement officer when she tried to flee the scene because Shorty was out on bond.
Do y'all think Lily is having a rough month, or is she doing it for like clout? Let's be real.
She's trying to get a free photo shoot.
Yeah.
She looked good.
That's the thing, is like, she's unbothered by all of this. Drag me in, take my mugshot. I wish you would.
Well, if you look that good, look at her.
I mean, meanwhile, we would be pressed and stressed.
Man.
After getting arrested that many times in 1 month.
Yeah.
You know, like, because they're going to rough us up a little bit, and our hair ain't going to look as good.
I mean, she looked a little rough in a second one. Her eyes were a little.
She's got, in that second photo, it's a little bit of the old, a little bit of the old crazy.
She do look crazy.
It's like sneaking out a little bit there. I mean, is she also laughing? She's like, I can't believe I did it again.
A girl with his eyes knows your phone password, and you didn't give it to her.
Yeah.
Oh, so what do you think? What do you think's next for her?
This is the kind of thing that where suddenly she gets, like, I don't know, like some law office sponsors her having a podcast, or
Yikes.
she winds up on Love Is Blind,
Wow.
or something like, or The Amazing Race. You know, that's what happens to these people.
Her and Hawk Tour Girl are going to do a podcast together. Her Hawk Tour Girl, and what's the girl that was just with Bobby Altoff, the black chick? Sukihana.
Sukihana.
Yeah, Sukihana, Hawk Tour Girl, and the other girl.
I would watch it though.
Yeah.
But I got problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not my screws are a little loose. Yeah.
Would say y'all in the chat, man, holla at us. What should she do next? Probably go to jail for a longer time so she can't get back out. Like, I mean, not everybody's afford the luxury, right? Anyway, we're kicking off a new segment where we explore random sciencey things on the internet. It's time for
Random Investigations. Ooh. So, are your eyebrows thinning and not so on fleek anymore? Well, Dr. Christy Bailey is letting you in on a little Hollywood hair growth hack. Check this out.
True or false? You can transplant hair from your genitals to fill in your eyebrows.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I know this.
She's got it. You sure can. You sure can.
I know a celebrity who did this. I won't say the name, but I know a celebrity who did this.
It's actually the preferred. It's the preferred way of getting hair. Normally, we would take hair from the back of the scalp, put it onto the front. But for the eyebrows, the genital hair is a little shorter and a little bit curly, so it works really well for the eyebrows.
Do you know who's
done it?
Absolutely
Well, Chrissy Teigen, Megan Good.
Yeah.
So there are a few celebrities who have done it.
And they publicly said that?
I don't know if they said where they got the hair from, but they did have eyebrow transplants.
They did have eyebrow transplants.
Wow.
Girls, there's a fix for that 90s overplucking, okay?
I am not about to have some short and curlies busting out from my eyebrows.
You said busting out. Wow. The eyebrows mean a lot to me. Like, I try to make sure my eyebrows are on fleek. I'll just say this: if I'm using mine, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow rapidly. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's gonna grow rapidly.
Mine might already be because they already grow it out like this.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, I got like this one hair that just like does whatever it wants, and like it's always getting tweezed.
Here's the thing. Okay, this is what you don't know about me. They know. I don't mind talking about it. I've had 2 hair transplants, just regular, regular from the back of my head around to the front of my head. I've already done that. it is not a pain-free process.
Oh, it hurts.
A little. There's a recovery component. And so the idea of them doing the stuff that takes it out here and taking it from here is horrifying.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wouldn't want no nutty eyebrows. I just wouldn't, right? And if you was to think about or point fingers at any celebrity who is giving that nutty, crazy, unkept eyebrow look, like who do you think could fill the void? Because Eugene Levy.
That's what I was going to say.
To be as old as he is.
Yeah.
His eyebrows is wild lush, yo.
Eyebrows thick as hell.
See, and that's my situation.
Yeah.
That's what it would look like.
That's the smile I would have, knowing that people are looking at the pubes on my face.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like that man eats biotin for breakfast to maintain his eyebrows.
I just gotta say, I don't like that she told the names of the, we don't know where it came from, but.
Yeah, she alleged them up. You like thick eyebrows on a man?
I do.
See, that's the thing is I thought about getting them because mine are blonde. You can't hardly see them at all.
No, yours goes with your face. Don't bust them out too much,
Don't bust
Tanner.
them out. All right, we're going to be back with celebrity birthdays and more side dish in just 2 minutes. Welcome back, guys. It is hump day, and it's also your birthday. If it's also your birthday, you're probably backing that ass up to Juvenile. Yeah. My man is turning the big 5-0 today.
Oh, wow.
He's a senior.
Wow.
He's a senior citizen, yes. Gary's favorite singing diva, Diana Ross, is 81, and damn, she looks good.
Yup. And Pirates of the Caribbean and Love Actually star Keira Knightley is 40.
Only Murders in the Building star and legendary comedian Martin Short is 75.
All right, and dream on, because Aerosmith legend Steven Tyler turns 77.
All right, this Shea Butter baby is applying that pressure. Talk about singer Ari Lennox. She's 34.
Ooh.
All right, y'all. Who in the chat? Who y'all running that cake
Who
up
gets
for?
the cake?
I don't know, because it's between, for me, it's between Diana and Ari.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
We just omitting Juvenile out of the conversation.
He's out of there.
Oh my goodness.
He's out. He can't back it up anymore. He's got to kind of really got to park it. He got to reverse slowly. Okay.
Yeah.
Who you got, Tanner?
It's interesting. Like I definitely like Steven Tyler when I was like in high school. Like I was a big Aerosmith fan.
Okay.
But also I probably danced to Juvenile more than I did Aerosmith. Like how do you not like? Come on, back that ass up.
I mean, yeah. You know what? I kind of want to change that.
Stop. Like, come on, that's an all-time banger.
No, you're right, though.
Even women who got their life together and be like, I ain't about that life no more.
Yes.
When Back That Thing come on,
You got to, even if you're 81, I'm sure Diana throws it back.
Yo, when Portia used to work here, every time we'd have a little break, somebody would throw Back That Thing up, and she'd be like, I don't do that no more. All of a sudden, you just start.
You can't, because once
but her top wouldn't be moving. It would just be the bottom.
See, she has skills, though. That's a
She's
skill.
very skilled.
Did you see the Tiny Desk concert he put on?
Uh-uh.
So NPR
Clips
does
of
this
it.
thing called the Tiny Desk
Yeah.
concert. Juvenile went on and did that song on the Tiny Desk concert.
Was it awesome?
It was
Crushed it.
outstanding.
I've got to go
And
run
he
it back
still
on
got
YouTube.
it.
I'm going to watch it.
Hell yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
giving it to Juvenile.
All right, so one Juvenile, you got one Diana Ross, and I'm gonna spread the cake out. I'm gonna give it to Ari Lennox
Yeah, there we
because
go.
I like her approach to everything.
Yeah, me too.
She's so transparent and just like doing her thing or whatnot, man. It's super dope.
Yeah.
Now, when
And
you
she
think-
looks like she smells good.
Yeah, she looks like she smells like all the shea butter, but she makes her own shea butter.
Period. Ari butter.
I didn't wait. You can DIY shea butter? Is that
You
real?
can.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like add whatever essential oils you want to it, just to give it your little personal panache.
Warm it
You're
up.
good to go.
Oh wait, okay, so tell us about your favorite or most memorable or most epic, however you interpret it. Tell us about one of your favorite birthday parties.
Wow. So my favorite birthday party, which would have to be my 21st.
Okay.
Right? That was my favorite birthday party, but I can't really remember it.
A little blurry.
It was like that because we wanted to do this like something shot challenge. Social media is like whatever.
yeah.
So it was like 21 shots. So you had to do as many shots. So I tried. It was Jose Cuervo.
Oh no.
And I got 7 shots in, and everybody was calling me a lightweight. I don't remember what happened.
7?
I did back that ass up. I had to have done that, but I don't remember. But it was so fun, doing it. Everybody's dancing, having a good time, but we shot it back.
7 shots of tequila is a lot.
Jose Cuervo.
Yeah.
I feel like that matters. I don't know.
It does
'Cause I feel like I could do 7 shots of Don Julio, but I don't know. 7. That's like
You're a Titan. You're
What?
now a Titan. Like anybody who calls you a lightweight, you took the shots.
I did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you went up a weight class.
Uh-huh.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Wow.
So cook it up, man. All right, listen. Have you ever looked at somebody and just been like, yeah, they probably did whatever they said they did?
What's your aptitude and taste for racial profiling?
I like it sometimes on a Tuesday morning. Absolutely,
Yeah?
I can racial profile on a Tuesday morning.
We can get a little racial profiling? Okay, cool. Because when we come back, we're going to need your help solving a crime.
Ooh, okay.
We're going to come back with everybody's favorite game, Whose Cousin Is It? We'll see you in 2.
Okay.
It's time for everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? All right, now, listen, it's all in the clues and the details.
Right.
And if it starts with Florida, you already kind of know where
If
we're
the
going
F
with
word
it.
is in
all right?
there.
Let's get to it, shall we?
Okay, a grown-ass 53-year-old Texas man janitor at a medical office in Houston was sentenced to 6 years, oh God, for peeing into water cooler and bottles, infecting employees with STDs.
Whoa.
We know.
That's nasty.
So in 2022, an employee noticed a funny taste and smell to the water in the cooler. So she brought her own water bottles to work. But when left in the office, she noticed it smelled and tasted funny the next day.
A doctor did a urinalysis test, and guess what? That water had some of that pee in it. So the employee set up a pee sting by placing an empty water bottle on her desk in front of a teeny tiny, itsy bitsy, teeny weeny hidden camera.
No. The janitor was caught pissy-handed. And this man put his parts on the mouth of the water bottle and urinated in it. When confronted, the pee bandit admitted to his crimes.
The employee took an STD panel and tested positive for herp type 1.
No, herpes.
Something that she had never tested positive for before ever. And she wants all of you to trust her on that.
I believe her.
The janitor also tested positive in addition to chlamydia, not the clap. And other employees tested positive as well.
Woo! That's like the Coca-Cola freestyle machine of STDs
That's
that man has.
Oh my God, that's terrible, bro.
All right, whose cousin is this?
Okay.
Who y'all got in the chat?
Look me in the face.
All right.
And
I have to look you in the face when I say this.
And I dare you to tell me it's not my cousin.
It's your cousin, bro.
Right?
That's how I feel. It's Tanner's cousin.
I feel like it probably is your cousin.
Okay.
However, I would not discount the fact that other cousin also could have been responsible for this crime.
Like what?
This doesn't feel like your cousin, though. You know
Not
what I'm
at
saying?
all. Not at all. R. Kelly's behind bars. We know where he is. So it could,
And he's like more direct with it, right? He's not going to hide and do it in a water bottle. He's going to do it on
He's going to do it on tape, wearing a mask.
It's
just the eye part.
The sneaky part.
Yeah.
It's the fetish part and the sneaky part together that feels...
Well, so is it a fetish, or is it like I want to spread the love, or like I want to spread? Like, what is it? Like, why would somebody do this?
I don't
Tanner,
know.
why would your cousin do this?
Listen, I don't have the answer.
This is bad.
I just know which way to point the finger.
Oh God, 6 years only.
He was trying to get his whole office on that Valtrex coupon,
Oh, yeah.
And then they're saying that our producer's saying that he told the authorities that he had a sickness. So I guess
chlamydia, herpes.
He had a sickness, all right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down that this is a other, and I'm gonna get more specific and say that this is from a country that we probably beat in either World War I or II.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, a place that ends in stan, or like a place that got Z's in it. But you Bezakakanach.
No.
A place with an A. Well, a lot of them have A's at the end, but
I bet my bottom dollar it's Tanner's cousin.
Tanner's cousin?
It's Tanner's cousin.
I got my cousin, you got my cousin, HK's got other cousins.
Going other.
Let's do it. You ready? Move that van!
That's not Tanner's cousin.
Not quite from the region that I thought, but it was another.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my cousin passing, but that's not my cousin.
That is crazy.
Diaz nasty.
Lucio Diaz, why?
Ah, man.
Like, ay caramba.
And then not you did it. Okay, you did it in a water cooler, right? Because you wanted everybody to suffer, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
But then she puts a camera in front of a small water bottle, and then you emptied a clip on that too, bro. What's up?
First off, if you're a janitor, your one mission is to leave places clean.
Yeah, he hated his job.
And then you show up running your ding-a-ling all over people's water bottles.
No.
Filling them with that man-made Gatorade.
No. Oh my God.
Why would you do such a thing?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I am curious to, what did those people do to him?
Yeah, exactly.
And I am not defending this man and his actions for what he did. Yeah. Because you ruined many people's lives at the place you work.
Yeah.
But, like, what did they probably, like, as they see him cleaning up and sweeping, like, crumble pieces of paper?
That's what I
or
thought.
dump empty Funyun crumbs on the floor, like, clean it up, Diaz.
Or do you think there was like one person in the entire office who was like, Lucio, good morning? And then that person, like when everyone got the clap, that person didn't? Like, did he spare one office or one desk?
I'm not gonna lie, no matter where I go, I'm always nice to my coworkers because of these types of reasons, okay? Like I'm bringing cookies and shit. I'm doing that all because I can.
When I go through a drive-thru, I turn into a goddamn therapist. Hey, how you doing today? Everything great? Cool. I'm gonna have that number one.
Because I want you to spare me.
Yeah.
If you do some messed up shit to everybody else, I want you to spare me.
Yeah.
Have me in mind.
I'll take that survivor's remorse.
I sure will. Give everybody, I'm sorry you had chlamydia cookies.
Not chlamydia cookies.
Yikes.
Well,
Not
yo,
the chlamydia
Miss
cookie.
Rose, it has been a pleasure having you on the
guys.
show
Yeah,
today.
thank
Like, yo,
you.
you been about. Can you tell people how they can tap in with your energy, your new podcast, and all that stuff you got going on?
So on all platforms, you guys can follow me on Keita Rose _
Keita Rose _ all platforms.
You kept that so easy.
You know
Yeah,
it.
You're like, yo,
Good
the E is a
Simple.
3. Like, some people just be real weird
Hell
with
no,
it.
because I want you to actually find me. I want you to
Make it
find
easy
me.
for the folks. Appreciate y'all in the chats,
Yeah.
the comments, and all that good stuff. It goes way further than you possibly know. But also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit record all if you're watching it on TV.
That's right. Share it. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell everybody you know. Share that link so we get more people watching Side Dish. And that Side Dish fam here in the comments, you guys.
Come on.
All right.
Run it up.
Run it up. All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye.